Good afternoon, everybody. This is Bill Parliament. I'm the VP of Digital Marketing for Stream Companies, and I want to thank everyone for taking time out of their busy day today to attend today's webinar, which is titled How Any Business Can Generate a Steady Stream of Fresh Qualified Leads with actually lead nurturing, not content offers. Content offers was last month. So this is all about lead nurturing. What do we do with those leads once we get them downloading our offers? And that was last month's webinar. So a little bit about me. Again, my name is Bill Parliament. I'm the VP of Digital Marketing here at Stream Companies. Been at Stream for a little over 2.5 years. I oversee the entire team of digital marketers, which includes a team of SEO professionals, paid search professionals, inbound marketers, social media marketers, and social media marketing. I've worked with hundreds of different types of clients, from large businesses to solopreneurs, and I really enjoy teaching this information. So a couple of housekeeping items. Just wanted to let you know that you can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @StreamCompanies, and you can also like us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is Stream Co. If you're enjoying today's webinar and you want to tweet us and use the hashtag Streaminar, or if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer about this webinar, feel free to tweet them out, use the hashtag Streaminar, and we'll be happy to get back to you via Twitter. If you want to like us on Facebook, I think that would be something that you should be doing, just because we do some incredible stuff on our Facebook page and get some great ideas on how you can use some of the same strategies that we use on our own Facebook page, how you can use them in your business. A couple additional housekeeping notes. You can use the chat option for questions. Some of you folks have been using the chat option when we first got started, just asking some questions and some introductions, so that's pretty cool. I'll hold any questions to the end. If there's anybody has any questions, I'll do my best to answer them at the end. I'll follow up with any unanswered questions immediately after the webinar. And again, we have a ton of information to go over today. So we have about the next hour to go over this information. I'm going to go really quick. And at the end of this, if I promise you, if you think that you need any help or you like to get more help with some of the stuff that we're talking about today, at the end of the webinar, I promise to show you how you can get more help with any of this information that we cover. And again, we will work to have a recording of this webinar. The last couple webinars have not come out exactly the way that we had hoped. They did not record well. So one of the issues is we are dealing with technology, and from time to time, technology could hamper our ability to record this. And sometimes, in fact, GoToWebinar could freeze up or crash. If that were to happen, I don't anticipate that to happen, but if it were to happen, I would make sure that I reach out to everyone that is on this webinar and send out either the replay or when we're going to reschedule the webinar. So today's agenda, quickly, we're going to go through exactly what a lead is, what's the definition of a lead, why you need to know about lead nurturing, what the heck is lead nurturing anyway, how do you properly nurture your leads, what if you've never done lead nurturing before, and then we're going to go through some action steps and any questions you might have regarding lead nurturing. So with that, we will get started. So, first off, I think it's important before we start talking about lead nurturing is the first thing we do is we identify or define a lead. So basically, if you think of a lead as being any one of your, your potential customers who is between a cold prospect and a customer. So a lead is someone who has is not a cold prospect that has this person has interacted with your business, and they've either in this case from a website standpoint has filled out a form on your website but has not yet become a customer and converted into a sale. So typically a person becomes a lead after they converted on your website, and they either and they buy something from you in a contact form, such as contact us, request more information, or some sort of digital download. So why do you need to know about lead nurturing? Um, well, the reason that you need to know about lead nurturing is because most people do not buy from you or from your business right away. And when it comes to sales and selling, we know that selling is rarely an event. Selling is more of a process. And this is especially true if you are selling high ticket or bigger ticket items, cars, consulting, high level consulting services, anything that costs a lot of money. Obviously, it's much more difficult to sell something in one meeting or one event, as opposed to if you're selling um, a calculator or a pen, something like that, maybe something that doesn't have as big as a ticket value, because people are able to spend smaller amounts of money easier than if they were going to spend money on something more expensive. So when I say that sales is rarely an event, I want to make sure that everyone understands the five um, phases of the buying cycle. So as you can see here, we have the awareness phase, the consideration phase, interest, preference, and purchase. And where most businesses go wrong with their marketing and on their website is they only focus on the purchase the clients that they feel are going to buy right away. So of course, within the five phases of the buying cycle, you have awareness, which your prospect is asking, can you help me? Consideration, so what do you do? Interest, what's different about you? And preference, are you the best value for me? And of course, how much, how long, and when involves the purchase. So within a lead nurturing process, we need to make sure that we're catering to these four phases prior to the purchase, because if you're only focusing on the purchase um, phase of the buying cycle, you're missing out on this huge amount of potential clients who are at this moment, when they come to your site, more than likely are only doing research and gathering information. So by only having content on your site that caters to the folks who are ready to buy right now, you're missing out on a very big potential customer base. So here's what we know, and some of these figures are from research agencies. So according to Gleanster Research, 50% of leads are qualified but not ready to buy. So of the leads that you get to your website, 50% are in fact qualified, but they're not ready to buy. The same research also suggests that 25 to 50% of sales goes to the business who typically responds first. So 25 to 50% of sales goes to the business who typically responds first. So someone comes to your site and they fill out a form, a contact form, get more information, whatever it might be. 50% of those leads are qualified, but they're not ready to buy. They're still in those first four phases of the buying cycle. And of those folks, 25 to 50% of the sales goes to the business who responds the quickest. And the best way to respond is typically through some sort of lead nurturing automation. And that's some of the things that we're going to talk about today. So without a doubt, the companies that build the relationships with their prospects quickly and over time will have the greatest success in turning their prospects into buyers. But I'm not saying that, not everybody's not going to buy, not everyone's going to buy from you right away, because there are people who will buy from you right away. But the majority of people are going to buy from you post 90 days and 18 to 24 months. So it's really important to have a process in place that automates this lead nurturing process through that 90 days to 24 months. So in addition to making sure that you're keeping in contact with these folks who aren't ready to buy for you, the goal of your lead nurturing process is to make sure that you have enough touch points with your customers that lead, now remember, a lead is someone who is a cold prospect who's not yet become a customer, that your lead will eventually become a customer and buy from you. So you need to make sure that you're staying top of mind with them. In addition, an effective lead nurturing campaign also works to build desire for your products and services. So I'm getting information, I'm trying to figure some things out through the lead nurturing process. You're educating your buyers, you're staying top of mind, and you're helping to build desire for your products and services. So if we look at your website funnel, your website visitors come in, they fill out a form, and they become a lead. And then within this process, this is where we need to make sure we have an automated process to nurture those leads to help those folks become buyers and customers, because we know that 50% of your customer base or your leads aren't going to buy from you right away. So let's take a look at this in another way. Let's take a look at a bucket of leads or a group of leads. And let's say we look at a total of 100 leads here. So out of 100 leads that you get from your website, in other words, 100 people came to your website and filled out a form, we can assume that 50% of those people will never buy from you. They're getting information, they're looky-loos and tire kickers, whatever it might be. So we'll completely eliminate 50% of your leads that come in through your website. So that leaves us with a remaining 50% of leads that we need to start working with and nurturing. So within the first 90 days, some research suggests that within the first 90 days, only 15% of your buyers will buy, or of your customers or leads, I should say, will buy from you within the first 90 days. So if we're looking at the remaining bucket of leads, we started with 100 leads, 50 will never buy. They're looky-loos, tire kickers, information seekers. Of the remaining 50 leads that are remaining, only 15% will buy from you within the first 90 days. So what that means is that leaves you with 85% of the leads that will buy from you 90 days plus within 18 to 24 months. So what I'm trying to explain to you and explain why lead nurturing is so important is because if you're only focusing your marketing efforts on converting, so when I say converting, I mean taking a lead and converting them into a sale. So if you're only focusing your marketing efforts trying to convert the people that you think are going to buy from you right away, you're missing your biggest portion of customers, and you're leaving a ton of money on the table. So most businesses, where they go wrong is they focus on that 15% and completely ignore that 18%. So your lead nurturing campaign needs to build trust and credibility and get them to take the next step within your sales process. And like I said, step, because remember, selling is rarely an event, it's more of a process. And what we're trying to do here is get somebody to take the next step in your buying process. And what I'm going to show you guys today is how to create those steps and those processes. And again, because the reason that so many businesses fail online is because they're only focusing on the one phase of the buying cycle, those people who are going to buy right away. So now that we understand why you need lead nurturing, let's talk about exactly what lead nurturing is. So really, at the end of the day, lead nurturing is an automated, sequential, education-based email marketing campaign that helps educate your prospects and helps overcome their objectives. So what we're trying to do is educate and build trust, credibility, and rapport with your leads. This is a cold prospect that converts on your site into a lead, and we want to nurture those leads for you. Again, your lead nurturing campaign should also work to build desire for your products. It's about building a relationship with your potential customers by sending targeted, and this is really important, targeted, relevant, and valuable email messages in a timely manner based on your users or your prospects' behaviors on the site. Sometimes you hear lead nurturing referred to as marketing automation or autoresponders or drip marketing, but it's really a sequential education based email marketing campaign that goes out automatically to your prospects. And typically, the lead nurturing process happens after your cold prospect has converted on your website and become a lead. So as a business owner, you want to make sure that you have enough touch points with your lead so that they eventually buy from you. And you want to make sure that you, if possible, you can automate this, because we all know we're very, very busy. In some cases, you can have your sales team reach out to these folks, but in most cases, we're very busy. And in some cases, again, we know that many of the leads that come to our site aren't ready to buy from us right away. So we may not want to waste our, if you have a sales team, we may not want to waste our sales team's time on them following up on every single person who becomes a lead on your website. So the thing to remember about lead nurturing is that it's a automated, multi-step process that occurs over time in an automated fashion. So before we start getting more into, how do you do lead generation or lead nurturing, let's review the lead conversion path. And if you were on last month's webinar, we went into detail about the lead conversion path and creating premium content offers in order to build your list. So if you missed that webinar, again, we did have some technical difficulties on that webinar, but we are working on having that webinar re-recorded, and we'll have that up on our website under free stuff, so you'll be able to watch that webinar as well. But understanding the conversion path. So what you're seeing here is, so we have a prospect or a cold prospect. They have not become a lead yet. They arrive on our website. They see a call to action for an ebook or some sort of digital download or contact us. They click on the call to action. They arrive on our landing page where we've created a premium content offer, an ebook, a white paper, a webinar, anything of that nature. You guys, everyone here that's on this webinar experienced the lead conversion path because you came to the website, whether it was an email or you found us online, you saw a call to action, you went to a landing page, and you registered for this webinar through our registration form. So once you hit the website, you come to the landing page and you go and you enter your name and information in the form. Now you've become a lead. Once you become a lead, this is where the lead nurturing process begins. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that. And I see that we have Question. So somebody wanted me to repeat something one more time. What I will do is, Kate, you asked me to repeat something one more time. I'll make sure at the end of this webinar that I check back in with you and just remind me as to what you need me to repeat. And remember, we will have the replay of this webinar. So this is the lead conversion path. So now that you understand the lead conversion path, what a lead is, why you need lead nurturing, let's talk about the tools of the trade. What are the tools that you're going to use to nurture your leads? So basically what we're talking about here is a tool that we call a CRM, or a customer relationship management tool. So if you have a CRM tool, in most cases, you're able to properly set up a lead nurturing campaign that's set up automatically to follow up with your leads. But if you currently do have a CRM tool, some of the questions that you want to ask yourself about that tool are, can they set up automated lead nurturing campaigns? Can your CRM tool segment your leads in order to send personalized messages to your leads based on their user behavior? So what do I mean by that? Depending on what your prospects do or your leads do on your website, what actions they take, are you able to send them personalized messages based on those actions or triggers? So for an example, within our website, depending on what you might ask to download, so let's say you ask to download a book on SEO, based on that, we will send you a series of lead nurturing emails specifically and personalized to search engine optimization. So ask yourself, can your CRM do that? Can your CRM, can it help grow your list and not just nurture the leads that you have? Because obviously we know that fresh leads are the lifeblood of any business. You need to keep your pipeline full of fresh leads. So if your CRM isn't set up to allow you to capture fresh new leads from your website, you might want to look at the tools that you're using and ask yourself, are you using the best possible tool? Now, if you're in a business that you're not currently using a CRM, and that's perfectly fine. We work with companies all the time that don't have a quote unquote a proper CRM tool. You want to ask yourself before you go out and purchase a CRM tool, is your CRM tool, is it going to be easy to set up and manage? Are you going to be the person that's going to be doing it? Are you going to hire someone to do it? Are you going to have somebody internally set it up and manage it? Does the tool have the functions that you need to help grow your list? Again, because you want to be growing fresh leads all the time. And is the software easy to integrate with your current website? Very, very important questions to ask when you're looking at a CRM. And if you have any questions about different CRM tools that we might recommend or that we work with, I'll save that for the remainder of the webinar. So just so you know, here at Stream Companies, we use a combination of HubSpot and Salesforce, and we really use HubSpot as our lead nurturing tool that really helps us segment emails and send different lead nurturing campaigns based on different actions that you take. But we also use that in conjunction with Salesforce so that our sales team is able to tie into the HubSpot data and create emails and create touch points and workflows and things like that through the Salesforce tool. So Stream Companies uses HubSpot and Salesforce for our lead nurturing efforts. So let's get into how you set up and create a proper lead nurturing campaign. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to identify your campaign goal. And what I mean by that is you have to identify, you and your team need to identify, what do you hope to get out of this lead nurturing campaign? So ask yourself, are you trying to reinvigorate a group of cold leads that are on your existing CRM? Are you looking to generate new, fresh leads for your business? Or are you trying to sell more to an existing customer database or customer? So once you understand what you're trying to accomplish, you also want to begin at the end and ask yourself, what is it? What is the ultimate action that I want my lead to do? So here at Stream Company, obviously the ultimate action is for a lead to become a client that we can work with, that we can help grow their list and grow their business and help our clients make more money. But really, from a marketing standpoint, what we want to do is set up a system of touch points where we can lead a prospect through the lead nurturing process in order to have a conversation with the lead. We know that if we can talk to a prospect on the phone and help them with some marketing and sales issues, that we have a very good chance of getting another meeting. And then if we get another meeting, we have a very good chance of closing that person as or that business as a customer. So what is the ultimate end goal that you want? Is it to become a new patient? Is it to sell a car? Is it to become a new client? Is it to have a new student enroll in your college? So once you understand what the ultimate goal is, then what you can start doing is building out your process, because and many times turning your website visitor into money might be your end result. But in most cases, as we mentioned, sales is usually a process, not an event. So while it's turning a lead into money, many times there's other steps that need to be taken in order to turn that lead into a sale. So, if you can convert an appointment, a lead into an appointment, many times you have a very good chance of turning that lead into a customer. So some of the other things that you want to ask yourself is, and have these goals in mind, at what point do you want your sales team or your salesperson to reach out to your lead? Someone that might download an ebook or a white paper, just one of those, may not be sales ready. Here at Stream Companies, we know that we have multiple touches that we like to see from a lead or a prospect before we have a salesperson reach out to that person, because we understand that many times with the way that buyers' behaviors are changing, our customers are getting information, and we look to see if a lead comes and interacts with our website with certain criteria, then our sales team will reach out to that prospect. If a prospect obviously fills out a contact us form, then that's somebody we're going to reach out to right away, because they're looking for information right away. So you want to ask yourself and determine, at what point do you want your sales team to reach out to your prospects? The next step, after you identified what your campaign goals are, what you want your lead nurturing campaign to do, the next step is you want to figure out or determine who's your who. And what I mean by who's your who, you want to create a fictitious person, or what we like to call here at Stream Companies, a buyer persona. And we always feel that it's a great idea to create this fictitious buyer persona detailing the type of person or our ideal customer. So when we're trying to create this person, we ask ourselves, what is our prospect's pain points? What keeps our prospect or our ideal customer up at night? What are their personal or job responsibilities? What are their hobbies? What do they like to do? By creating these personas or identifying your who, it makes it much easier for you to create your lead nurturing messages as we continue to build out our lead nurturing campaign. So identify who's your ideal customer. In many cases, you may have multiple. You may have multiple buyer personas, multiple people that you want to reach out to. And as you're creating your different premium content offers, or your lead magnets, if you will, in order to generate and build leads, you'll create different premium content offers depending on who you're trying to attract. So it's just like fishing. If you're going to go fishing, and you're going to go trout fishing, you may not want to use a lure or a bait or a type of bait that you would catch a marlin on, because what a large trophy fish would bite, a trout in a stream probably will not bite. So you want to make sure you're using the proper bait. And the old adage is, if you're hunting, you can't catch a deer with a block of cheese, so to speak. So you want to make sure that you're getting your offers targeted to your ideal customer. So what we've done so far is we have identified the goals of our campaign, what we want our individual lead nurturing campaign to do. We've identified who's the who and created our buyer persona. Now what we want to do is build out our campaign. And what we want to do is kind of build this out on paper beforehand, before we start writing our emails, so we really know where we want to go with our lead nurturing campaign. Because remember, sales is rarely an event. It's more of a process, and there are many touch points in between taking a cold prospect and converting them into a customer. So we want to make sure that we have the proper amount of touch points built into our lead nurturing campaign. So again, we want to start at the end and understand what is the action that we want them to take. So if we know what action we want them to take, then we need to figure out what is the bait, or what is the premium content offer that we want to offer initially to get someone to convert as a lead. And again, last month we did talk about creating premium content offers. And of course, the more offers you have, the more premium content offers you have, the more content you can repurpose to build out your lead nurturing campaign. So here at Stream Companies, if you go to our website and you look at our free stuff, you can see that we offer things from checklists to ebooks to case studies, white papers, and webinars. And we also create each of those things for all of the different products and services that we offer. So for an example, if someone was interested in inbound marketing or SEO, we can simply build out our lead nurturing campaigns using repurposed content we already have created. So that way we're not creating a lot of extra work for our team. So let's say you're interested in SEO. We'll create a blog post all about a certain topic on SEO. The blog post helps drive traffic to our website. Let's say you find that blog post and you land on it. On that blog post, there'll be a call to action, a graphical call to action that says, hey, if you enjoyed this blog post on the 7 things you must know about SEO, I bet you'll enjoy this ebook that we wrote about how Stream Companies does SEO. Click the call to action and you go to a landing page where the ebook is there as an offer. So you decide to download the ebook. You put your name and email into the landing page. Once you convert into a lead, you will get an email thanking you for the download. Within that email is probably some, hey, thank you so much for downloading the ebook. We really appreciate it. Inside this ebook, you're going to discover the following things. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Well, at that point, within 7 days, you'll get another email from us specifically talking about SEO. And in most cases, within that next email, we're going to make another educational based offer to you. So let's say from the blog post, we go to a SEO checklist. So SEO checklist is a very low risk, very low commitment offer. You decide to download the checklist. From there, 7 days later, you'll get an email from us where we offer, say, thank you again for downloading the checklist. I hope you're enjoying this. You're learning a lot about SEO. If you downloaded the checklist, you're probably really going to love an ebook that we wrote on the 7 mistakes that businesses make when it comes to SEO. If you like to download that ebook, click here and download. Then again, you go through the process again of the landing page, you download the ebook. 7 days after that, you'll get an email from us saying, hey, you downloaded the ebook. I bet you'll like this webinar that we did on SEO. It talks a lot about how the processes and how it works, blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is move people down the sales funnel with more and more offers. And what we're doing is we're really educating people. We're actually selling through education. And it's much easier to sell things through education because you don't come off as that icky salesperson that's always making sales pitches. So you want to make sure that when you have these multiple premium content offers, that you use those in your lead nurturing campaign. So with your lead nurturing campaigns, you want to create a timeline as to when each one of those offers or emails are going to go out. So, and remember, we know that most customers or most of your leads are going to buy from you post 90 days or within 18 to 24 months. So we want to make sure that we're building out our lead nurturing campaigns pretty consistently, and we want to make sure that we're building them for a long period of time. And if your CRM is a proper CRM, if someone does become a customer within that time period, that they go on to a different what we call workflow, because we want to talk to customers differently than we want to talk to leads. There's no reason to try to build up a lead with different premium content offers if someone's already made the decision to buy. So another example why you want a proper CRM tool. So and again, it's important to remember not to rush the process, because most people, 50% of your leads aren't ready to buy right away. So we want to make sure that we're building those out. So here at Stream Companies, typically the way that we run our lead nurturing campaigns is if you download an ebook or a checklist, within 7 days, you'll get the next email. And for the first 30 days, once every 7 days, you'll get an email from us. And then after that initial 30 days, it typically goes out to 14 days, all along offering different educational based content, helping and building credibility and rapport with our prospects. So if you know what the end result is, if you know where you want them to go and what the process is, and in our case, we know that we want to have a one-on-one 20-minute marketing health assessment with the lead. So as we offer checklists and ebooks and webinars, the very last offer that we typically make is, hey, you've been through all of this, you read all the books, you've seen the webinars, how would you like to get on a call with one of our marketing experts and talk about some of the pain points that you're having in your business and maybe how we can help you? So very, very important to keep in mind when building out your lead nurturing campaigns. So here's what it looks like in the wild. So we just kind of went through this. So here's an example of this is an inbound marketing checklist. So our web visitor comes into our website. They become a lead by downloading one of our checklists. Once they download the checklist, this is where the lead nurturing process occurs. So you got the checklist. Now we might send an ebook on how PPC and SEO work together in order to create a integrated digital campaign. You download the ebook, and then what we do is we send additional emails saying, hey, how would you like to have a complimentary 20-minute lead nurturing marketing health assessment, whatever it might be, whatever that that concern or that action that that prospect or lead took, that's the type of health assessment we'll have. So in this case, this person downloaded an inbound marketing checklist, SEO PPC. Then we might offer an SEO or inbound marketing 20-minute marketing health assessment where we can go through some of our prospects' pain points and help them out. So think about how you would do this in your business. I know we have a couple of automobile dealerships on the call. So for example, we might do a test drive checklist. 7 tips or checklist items that you need to know when you're test driving a car. Then maybe what we could do is an ebook on the 7 mistakes people make when purchasing a minivan. And then what we can do is we can have one of our sales folks reach out and try to schedule a test drive, product demonstration, whatever it might be. So that's how it looks in the wild. And this is how it looks in the wild when it comes to our CRM or within HubSpot. So a couple of things that I want you guys to take a look at. You can see here that when a cold prospect comes to our website, the first thing that you can see here, it says send them the email content marketing secrets ebook. So if someone downloads this ebook, you can see that the first email is delayed 7 days from the time that they download that ebook. So after 7 days, we send them another email that says, hey, you downloaded this content marketing secrets ebook. We think that you might like to watch this webinar replay on creating content that converts. 7 days after that, we send them some of our inbound marketing blog posts that are related to inbound marketing and content. Notice how, and then again, we have here an inbound marketing ebook, inbound marketing 101 ebook. Notice how all of the premium content offers and all the content that we're sending them is all very much related to the initial lead conversion. It wouldn't make sense to, if we're talking about content marketing secrets, to then send them an ebook or a white paper on, let's say, direct mail marketing or how to create a great radio spot. We need to make sure that the content that you're sending in your lead nurturing campaigns is congruent with the initial offer. So that's why it's so important to start at the end to understand what your end goal is and then build your lead nurturing campaign to the end. So far what we've done is we've identified our what tool we're going to use for our CRM to nurture our leads. We're going to identify what the goals are of our lead nurturing campaign. We're going to identify, those premium content offers that we want to promote. We've identified who's the who, and just most recently we just covered how to build out your campaign. And I think looking at that, this what we call a workflow within HubSpot that we can build out shows you how you build out that campaign from keeping the end goal in mind and then building out your campaign within your CRM so that everything's automated and drip feeds to your prospect and your leads. So now the next step in creating your lead nurturing campaign is to sit down and write your emails. Now that you know who's your who, you have your buyer persona created, you know what your end goal is, you've built out your workflows and your lead nurturing campaigns. Now you're ready to write your emails. So typically, what I would do if I were you, if you've not currently started writing a lead nurturing campaign, is start with 4. Build out a month's and 30 days worth of email autoresponders to add to your lead nurturing campaign. You want to make sure that the emails that you write are not one big sales pitch, not, hey, come buy our stuff. You want to make sure that you're educating and building rapport, building trust with your prospects. Remember, we're always selling through education. And this is where a lot of businesses go wrong, is they're always sell, 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 buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy our stuff. You want to make sure that you're selling through education, because if all you're doing is pitching, you're going to come off like that icky salesperson, and nobody wants to deal with a icky salesperson. So initially, your email should contain low risk, low commitment information with content-based offers such as ebooks and checklists. Later on, in your later emails, you can start sending things like videos or webinar replays. You can send out, uh, you know, calls to action for free consultations, for product demonstrations, for free trials, test drives, whatever they may be. But remember, you want to send those later down the buying cycle as your leads have interacted with you and have interacted with lower risk, lower commitment types of offers. So with that said, you want to make sure that each of your emails contain who's it from. So make sure you use a real name. Don't use your business name in the from email, because getting your emails open, typically your emails get open, higher open rates when someone sees a name as opposed to a business. You want to make sure that you use a reply name. You want to make sure that you have a subject line in your email. You want to have an email headline. You want a short, keep it less than 200 words, email body. Make sure you include some calls to action and some bullet points. You want to make sure that you use a unique tracking URL for your email. So if you're going to promote another premium content offer, and in that, and you put a link in your email, make sure you're tracking that URL so you know how well that's being clicked. And you also want to make sure that your emails are mobile friendly. We know that more than 80% of your customer base, your leads, are reading your emails on mobile devices. So if you're not using an email provider or a CRM provider that offers responsive or mobile friendly emails, you're going to lose a lot of prospects. I mean, just think about it. You know, how many times have you received an email from a company that wasn't mobile friendly, and you just can't read the email because it doesn't fit on your mobile device? So you also want to make sure that you're personalizing your emails using your prospect's name and company. So hi Bill, thanks for downloading this ebook. I'm sure there at Stream Companies you're always looking to generate more leads from your website. Well, this ebook will show you exactly how to do that. So the more personalized you can make your message, the better. Remember, people want to do business with people, not with businesses or robots. So if you can personalize and use your lead nurturing campaigns to build rapport, to build trust, to make you more human to your prospects, at the end of the day, you're going to sell more and close more business. So here's an example of a email that we've used here at Stream Companies. You can see here that we're using, it's mobile friendly email. We're using some nice images here. We're personalizing the email here, contact first name, very short email. We're using another call to action, a premium content offer. So, the beginner's guide to inbound marketing, we're using a image here that people can see the value of what we're offering. We have some bullet points because people like to skim their emails, and they can see right away within 5 seconds the value in this email. You can see here how to download the ebook, and we have another call to action. And again, guys, here we are. Schedule your free inbound marketing consultation. If our prospect or lead were to click this call to action, it would send them to another landing page where they could schedule their one-on-one marketing inbound marketing evaluation. Notice here that it's personalized from me, my company, and my title. So you can see this is what a good lead nurturing email should look like when you're sending out to your prospects. So the next step is once you have written out your emails, you want to obviously upload them to your CRM so that they can be sent out automatically. You want to make sure that they're connected to your premium content offers, that you set up your landing pages. Again, we went through all of that in last month's webinar on how to set up premium content offers and using landing pages, etc. Again, if you missed that webinar, please check back on our site because we're going to have a replay of that up very shortly. But once you have your emails all loaded up, proofread, connected to your offers, your workflows written out, you want to test your email campaign. And what I mean by that is, if you're the person responsible for these email campaigns, or if you have a marketing company, whatever, that's doing this, what we do is we make sure we go in, we fill in our own name, our own email address, and make sure that all the emails come through, that we go through the process, that the links work. So the last thing that you want to do is get a lead to convert on your website, and then your lead nurturing campaigns not work. So make sure that once you have everything ready to roll, make sure you test it first yourself, go through every single process in your lead nurturing campaign, make sure everything works, and then you'll be ready to launch your campaign to your customers. So again, now that you have all of that done, you've identified what CRM that you're going to use, or that your current CRM can do the job that it needs to do. You've identified the goals of your lead nurturing campaign. You've identified your buyer persona, or you've identified who's your who, if you will. You built out your campaign. You've written your emails, and now you're ready to launch your email or your lead nurturing campaign. So when you launch, you also want to make sure that you measure. So once someone comes in, downloads your initial lead magnet or your free offer, premium content offer, you want to see how those things are working. You want to see, are you getting over a 3% conversion rate on your landing page? And then you want to look at your emails. Are you getting a good click-through rate on your emails? Typically, a 5% click-through rate on your emails are good. You also want to take a look at your unsubscribe rate. So unsubscribe means I come to your site, I download a ebook or a white paper or a contact us form. Now in your database, you send me an email, and then you proceed to send me an email every day for the next 30 days. You violate my trust. You become the annoying pest instead of the welcome guest. And I say, remove me from your email list. That's an unsubscribe. Now, I'm a little bit different than most people. I'm not afraid of people unsubscribing from my list, because I really want people on my list who know me, that like me, that are going to want to buy from me. So what I find is that most people who unsubscribe from your email list are people that probably are not going to buy from you anyway. And as long as you are sending lead nurturing emails that are educational, that have value, that build trust, that build rapport, you won't have to worry about people unsubscribing from you, because you've built that buyer persona, you know who you're talking to, and in most cases, the information that you're sending to your leads or your prospects is going to be helpful content that people want day in, day out. So not worried about that too much. And of course, once you're looking at the optimization of your emails, how are your emails performing? What you want to do is you want to fix your underperforming emails. You want to work on improving your subjects. You want to improve your headlines. You want to experiment and test different times to send emails, etc. So make sure that once you launch, you measure, and then you fix what's not working. So what are the next steps? So basically the next steps for you as far as building out your campaign is you want to identify whether or not you have the proper CRM capable of building an automated lead nurturing campaign. Second, you want to identify the product or service you want to build a lead nurturing campaign for. So in our case, let's say we want to build a lead nurturing campaign for SEO. Let's say we want some more leads for our SEO business. Then we would create a offer or offers for search engine optimization, a checklist, a white paper, an ebook, etc. We want to identify what the ultimate result is. That what is it that we want? In our case, well, I'll use Stream as an example. We want to have a 20-minute SEO consultation call with a lead or prospect, talk to them about their current SEO campaigns and pain points and how we might be able to help them. You want to identify who your who is. So in our case, if we're writing an SEO ebook, obviously we don't want to write an SEO ebook for other SEO professionals. We want to write SEO ebooks for marketing managers, business owners, people who are looking to generate more leads and traffic to their website using SEO. So we want to make sure that we understand what a marketing manager's pain points are. What are their what's keeping them up at night? What are their hobbies? What are their days like? So we want to make sure that we're writing content and creating content that speaks to them. Once we know who our who is, then we want to build out our lead nurturing campaigns step by step. Step one, we want to do this. Once step one happens, step two happens, then step three. It's very much like setting up dominoes, hitting the first domino and watching them all go down the line. That's what you want to think about when you're running a lead nurturing campaign. Once you do that, you want to write your emails. Remember, keep them short. You want to keep bullets. You want to keep all those different topics that we just talked about on writing emails. Keep those in mind. And again, if you've forgotten what those are, we'll have a webinar replay where you'll be able to get those. You'll want to take your emails, load them up to your CRM so that they're ready to go. You want to attach them to the offer that you're going to promote. You want to test your campaign to make sure that it works, that you set up your CRM correctly so that if someone does come to your website and they opt in for your offer, that the dominoes, in fact, fall exactly the way that you want them to. So once you tested that and everything's working and you know you're ready to rock and roll, you want to launch and then measure your campaigns. And then once you launch and measure, you want to optimize and make underperforming lead nurturing campaigns. You want to make those better. So that's the 8 action steps that you want to take from a lead nurturing campaign. And just like I said, I promised you at the beginning of this webinar that if you had any questions or had any concerns, or you felt like you needed more information on how to run an effective lead nurturing campaign, that I would share a resource with you on how to get more information. So all you need to do is visit this URL, offers.streamcompanies.com/inbound marketing evaluation. Or you can send me an email to bill@streamcompanies.com, and myself or Sarah, our director of inbound and content marketing, will reach out to you and schedule a 20-minute inbound marketing lead nurturing evaluation to show you basically how we can help you or how you can improve your lead nurturing campaign. So with that said, it's 3:58. It's exactly an hour. What I'd like to do is open it up to any questions that we might have. So if anybody has any questions about lead nurturing, feel free to type your questions into your chat pad, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Let's see here. So I'm going to keep just going to keep this URL up. See, we have 8 people left on the webinar. So I'll give it a couple more minutes. If nobody has any questions, I will just end the webinar and keep an eye out for the webinar replay, which should be out in the next couple days or so. Again, if you need help with this, or if you like to touch base or discuss any of this information that we just talked about on lead nurturing campaigns, make sure you visit offers.streamcompanies.com/inbound marketing evaluation, or feel free to send me an email to bill@streamcompanies.com. If you enjoyed the webinar, please tweet it, #Streaminar. Love to see you tweet about the information and the content, and we'll be happy to follow you back. So I'm not seeing any questions. So with that said, we're going to end today's webinar. Thank you, everybody, for attending today's webinar, and I hope you got a lot out of it. And we will see you next month for our next webinar. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.